You don't have to do this.
I know I don't have to do this. I want to do this.
But why? What did I do to you?
It's not about what you did to me. It's about what you did to everyone else. Being negative about something that people love hurts them. And now I'm going to hurt you by taking away the thing that you love more than anything. Your channel.
Who are you?
Maybe it's time you found out the truth.
Surprise, surprise. Guess who's back? That's right, somebody who finally knows what they're talking about, doing a review on this channel. Now let's talk about the best thing to happen to New Jersey in a long time. That's right, we're going to talk about the Chucky TV series. I have a lot of work to do tonight, undoing all the problematic things that the regular host of this channel says on a weekly basis. If you are able to put your bias aside for just one moment, you will realize that this is the most fun, creative, and entertaining things to happen on our television screens in a long time. This show elevated the Chucky franchise to new heights that I don't even think a lot of us thought was possible. All praise goes to Don Mancini for creating another modern masterpiece. I mean, seriously, what's not to like? Maybe if you're a homophobic man baby, you might have a problem with this show. But to the rest of us, this is peak horror storytelling. It gives us everything we could ever want from a Chucky TV series. And nothing more important than the beautiful relationship between Jake and Devin. Because representation is more important than anything after all. Contrary to what some might say, their characters and their relationship is just so authentic and so believable to me. And they have a very tender moment in this episode where Jake holds Devin's hand and says that he is very brave. And honestly, it brought a tear to my eye. It was such a well-written scene, and I encourage all of you to watch it and learn from it. In this episode, we also find out how pesky Andy survived the crash. It turns out that the Colonel, aka Bald Chucky, had the Chucky army pull him out of the wreckage. I didn't see that coming. Honestly, Bald Chucky was a breath of fresh air in this show. He was almost doing an impersonation of that famous actor, you know the guy. The one from that long, boring war movie from back in the day. Ah yes, Marlon Brando is his name. And if you ask me, Bald Chucky did a better job than that talentless hack ever did. I think this is what the Chucky TV series does best, actually. It takes overrated things from the past and makes them better. It was an especially nice touch to have him be a cannibal as well. Chef's kiss. Mwah. So that therapist lady shows up and she's helping Bald Chucky complete his plan. Meanwhile, Lexi and Devin actually rescue Andy and they bring him back to the school. Honestly, I don't even know why they're keeping Andy alive. We really don't need him anymore. We have Jake now. The school is on lockdown thanks to the disgusting representation of the religious patriarchy that is Father Bryce. But he's so stupid that he allows Andy to stay anyway. Says a lot about our religious leaders, doesn't it? Oh well, more victims for Chucky, I guess. We also have further destruction of those toxic religious ideals as the nun continues to worship Swole Chucky as she should as her Lord and Savior. Blasphemy, and I love it. Yes, Queen! Also, Nika tells Kyle and the fabulous Glenn about her situation with Chucky. Chucky even tries to get Glenn to kill Kyle through Nika. It was really a well-acted and brilliant scene. I think it just needed a little bit more Glenn and a little less Nika. Next, we have a confrontation between Bald Chucky and Swole Chucky. Is it too much to ask to have them both still? Crying emoji. Unfortunately, Bald Chucky poisoned Swole Chucky's wafers, so he dies and the nun vows to avenge him. Loyalty is everything, people. All hail Chucky. So next we have good Chucky, Jake, Devin, Lexi, and Nadine holed up in a room. And they're basically awaiting Bald Chucky's arrival. And honestly, the suspense was killing me. Except when he arrives, unfortunately that incel Andy already stabbed him, and he dies as well. I literally can't even with this episode right now. Next up, we have a fight between the therapist and Andy, and she finally puts that incel in his place. Also, by the end of the episode, good Chucky shows his true colors and throws Nadine out the window. Which is definitely not Jake's fault, by the way. Hashtag Team Jake. This was yet another solid episode from Chucky. All we were really missing was another brilliant performance by Jennifer Tilly, who should be getting an Emmy nomination for her role any day now. Unless the Emmys just hate talented women for some reason. I guess we'll find out. Chucky episode 6 was a 10 out of 10 for me, because it's brilliantly setting up the final confrontation that is sure to be satisfying for all fans. I just can't stand that we have to wait a whole nother week to see more. And by the way, please keep your incel comments to yourself down below. It's pretty simple, actually. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Nobody wants to hear you cry about things that don't belong to you anymore. Kinda like this channel, which is mine now, and I'll be making some changes, and there's nothing any of you can do about it. Yes, Queen!